Hello everyone. In this lecture, we're going to read instruments of money market. Instruments of money market. So there are mainly 6 types of instruments that we are going to read in this lecture. The first one being treasury bills. The second one, call money market, call money loans. The third one is certificate of deposits. The fourth one is commercial papers. The fifth one is commercial bills, and the sixth one is repo market. Okay, let's start with the first one. What are treasury bills? So treasury bills are short-term debt instruments issued by the government of India. By short term, we mean less than 1 year. And another feature of this instrument is that these pays you zero coupon interest rate. These pays you zero coupon rate, meaning the interest rate on these bonds are zero. Since the T-bills are issued at a zero coupon rate, so the T-bills are issued at a discount. So the price of the T-bills is less than the face value. For example, a $100 bill or a 100 rupees bill can be bought by the investor at 95 rupees. When the bill matures, the investor is paid the face value, which is 100 rupees. Now, if the face value amount is greater than the purchase price, the difference is the interest earned by the investor. Okay, so this is how the treasury bills work. Now, you will ask, what is the difference between T-bills and government securities, because both of them are issued by the government. So, the T-bills, first difference is the T-bills don't pay you the coupon rate. The second difference is that the government securities can be issued by both central and state government, while the T-bills can only be issued by central government and not state government. This is a very important point to remember. The third difference is very obvious, that T-bills are usually short term, that is less than 1 year. Okay. Now we are done with this topic. Let's start with call money. So what are call money? Now, as you know that banks have to maintain a minimum level of cash to maintain their day-to-day transaction levels and also to maintain the CRR mandated by the RBI. Now, when the cash in the banks fall below this minimum requirement due to a sudden rise or demand caused by either festivity seasons or holidays, then the banks resort to call money. So call money deals with day-to-day transaction requirement of a bank, and when the banks are faced with cash shortage, and these ranges from 1 to 14 days. The maturity of call borrowings are 1 to 14 days. So these are short term. Now, the call money rate is the interest rate at which these short term funds are borrowed and lent in the money market. The rate at which these transactions take place is very important. This is also called as IBOR. Why this holds important? This IBOR reflects the day-to-day liquidity situation in the banking sector. So suppose the IBOR rises, this means that the loan demand in the economy is greater than the loan supply, implying that there is a liquidity problem in the banking sector. And if the banking sector is facing a liquidity problem today, then we the people will not be too far, and can also affect the economy as a whole. Now, let's start with the examples of money rate. The examples of call money rate are LIBOR and MIBOR. The first one is LIBOR. LIBOR stands for London Interbank Offer Rate, and this is one of the best examples of IBOR because we have the largest global banks interacting in the London call money market. So in the globalized economy, LIBOR holds a lot of importance. It is also considered as one of the lowest interest rate worldwide. Now, what is LIBOR for world? MIBOR is for India. MIBOR stands for Mumbai Interbank Offer Rate. It is the lowest interest rate in India. So MIBOR is usually found to be near the repo rate, but it is not it is not determined by the RBI like repo rate. Repo rate is determined by RBI, but MIBOR is market determined, and it depends on the bank-to-bank transactions in the economy. Now, more than 90% of the call money loans are from banks. Exceptions are financial sector. Financial sector like LIC. LIC is an example. Now we are done with this topic of call money market. Let's start with certificate of deposits, also called as CDs. So what are CDs? CDs are issued by banks to raise short-term funds from other banks. The maturity of CDs can go from 91 days to 1 year. Now, the difference between CDs and call money borrowings are that CDs are tradable. CDs are tradable, whereas call loans are not tradable. Another fact about CDs is that these can be issued by scheduled commercial banks, but not RRBs. The RRBs can't issue them. Also, the local area banks can also not issue these. So the local area banks also cannot issue CDs. Now let's move on to commercial papers. Commercial papers are issued to raise short-term funds from the public. These are issued to raise funds from the public. Okay. So the difference between commercial papers and let's say corporate bond is the commercial papers are short term. These are short term, while the corporate bonds are long term. The banks can issue both because banks is also a corporate, right? Now let's move on to the commercial bills. What are commercial bills? Commercial bills are short-term loans taken by a buyer company. There is a buyer company from a seller company. So the commercial bills are taken by a buyer company from a seller company. So commercial bills are in a way like bills of exchange. Bills of exchange. In concept, basically these two are very similar. And bills of exchange have been in use in India even before independence. So if you, for example, if you consider a case where the buyer is, let's say, a garment seller, a ready-made garment seller. So he will need some raw materials, some material for his garments. So he will ask the seller for that garment material. But suppose the buyer is short of funds. So instead of paying him in money, in cash, he'll issue a commercial bill. Okay, he'll issue a commercial bill which will be like a loan only, that you hold it for let's say 6 months. 6 months, and I will pay you interest rate of 5% at the end of the 6 months. So this arrangement, if you don't take any bank here, if you don't involve any bank here, then this arrangement is itself bills of exchange. Okay. Now, suppose this person is to hold this commercial bill for 6 months at interest rate 5%, but the seller is also in need of some funds and does not want to hold it for 6 months. Okay, so he will take it to a, let's say, commercial bank. Commercial bank. Now the commercial bank will pay him the required fund. Now, when the central bank, the commercial bank is involved, this bill of exchange becomes a commercial bill. Okay, now this becomes a commercial bill because now the commercial bank will pay him, the seller, the required fund with some discount rate. Okay, he will charge some service fees, let's say 3%, and he will pay him the funds. So this is how the whole system of commercial bills is operated. The maturity period of it is 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. And banks are involved here as a guarantee provided to the seller that if you want funds, then I will pay you. And if the seller is in need of liquidity, he can take it to the commercial bank, and the bank will give him the money at some discount rate. Okay. However, the bank has also the freedom to take the bill to another bank and get discounted again. This is called rediscounting. Rediscounting. Now this topic is complete. We'll do the repo market in the next lecture. Okay. Thank you.